Hi guys, Candy here with My Mobile Homestead. Um, I want to talk to you about something I consider very important. And actually, I'm kind of passionate about it. Um, I consider myself to be a prepper. I also consider myself to be a homesteader. Now, right now, I am in a mobile home, and being a homesteader is more difficult for me because I'm not allowed to have livestock here. Someday we would like to own some property to get our livestock, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. So in the meantime, I'm a prepper. And I live here in California where everybody should be a prepper. I have been finding while I am part of this community of homesteaders and preppers that I have been connecting with, that there are not that many homesteaders or preppers here in California. Now, some people have commented that the reason that they don't have that many homesteaders is because of the price of the land. And I can understand. It's very, very expensive out here. But I don't understand why there's not that many preppers, okay? Because we're talking, this is earthquake country. And we're talking the earth shakes and things stop working. You lose your electricity, you lose your water, you lose gas. You better get out there and shut off the gas lines. Horrible, catastrophic things can happen. And I think that being prepared is very important. You know, a lot of people out there think that preppers are kind of kooky or something. And I don't think so. I think preppers are smart. I think they have forethought. You know, they're looking ahead. I live in a mobile home right now. And you know, I have thought forward to, you know, if we get a big earthquake, I'm probably gonna, my home is probably gonna slide off of the I-beams, and all of my plumbing, all of my electrical, all of everything is underneath my house. So I'm gonna lose all of my everything. I did a little, one of the reasons that I really started thinking about it, the other day, my son rented a video, and it was an older movie. It was called San Andreas with The Rock. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. And anyone not here in California thought, wow, that's a really cool action flick. But I'm hoping that people here in California said, holy cow, that is very plausible, very possible, very feasible. Now, in the movie, you know, there was like a 9.6, and I don't think that we have had a 9.6 here in a very, very long time. In 2000, God, I can't remember when it was, 2011 possibly, we had a really big one in LA that dropped one freeway on top of another freeway and smushed everybody that was on the bottom freeway. I remember that because I was pretty freaked out for a while. So every time I drove over a pass, I would punch it and gun it to get across to the other side, because the last thing I wanted to be was to be on that pass when it fell. So, so I want people out there in, you know, if there's people, if any of you are here in California, I want you to think about the possibility here. You need to be prepared. You know, I mean, I'm not saying go out and buy a bunch of stuff. There's things that you can do to be prepared. You can get prepared slowly. There's just things that you can do. And so I wrote a few things down that I pulled off of a website. This one was from FEMA. And one of the things is when the earth shakes, if it's a really big one, then our water systems can be contaminated by our sewer systems. And so if you are not prepared and you need to drink water, you need to add 10 drops of bleach per quart of water to kill any kind of bacteria or staph or whatever that is growing inside that water. So if you're not into the idea of drinking that much bleach in your water, which, if you drink city water, you probably are already, then you can also buy water. And what the recommendation is to have 1 gallon per person per day for up to 2 weeks, 14 days. So for just myself, that's 14 gallons, and that's a lot. And you need to have a place to store this stuff. And you have to have a way to move it. Other thing you need is first aid. I recommend getting a filter. They have those portable filters that you can do your water, like when you're out hiking, you can put it into a little drinking bottle, something like that. You'll need to have dehydrated food, some canned food. If you're into canning, get canned. Hold on a second. I'm so sorry. Sorry about that, guys. I made the mistake of not bringing the cord to my laptop, and the battery gave me warning. Anyway, speaking of batteries, that's something you're going to need. You're going to have batteries on storage. You're going to need flashlights, matches, lighters, candles, a way to cook your food, because gas lines are going to be busted. You're going to need a fire extinguisher, backup medications, tools for fixing or repairing things, and tools, like garden tools, like shovels and stuff. You'll need spare clothes, and you should take into consideration weather conditions. I would have spare clothes for any kind of weather conditions. Out here in California, you could have 2 kinds of spare clothes, something to keep you warm, something to not keep you warm, because you know how it is out here in California. It's practically summertime all the time. But, it is cold right now. And then things for your pet. Don't forget about your pets. So that's just a few things. I don't want to, if anybody wants to hear more about it, I'd be glad to make additional videos. So please comment below. But this is super, super important. And some people out there need to understand that preppers are smart. They are forward thinkers. And, we're not always thinking about some government thing or some EMP thing. And that, isn't not feasible, but it's not always some weird thing like that. It could be a catastrophe. It could be some of you guys out there live in tornado country or hurricane country. And that stuff is important too. You need to be prepared for that kind of stuff. A big earthquake here could open up the earth and suck everybody down inside the earth. You know, that's like a 10.0. A big tornado could wipe through a town, and I don't remember, they're like stage 5 or DEFCON 5. I don't know. I don't know exactly what they're called because I'm not from that type of area. But one of those can completely annihilate an area, you know, and you will have to rebuild completely. To the point where, I mean, a big 5 like that for a tornado can dig into the ground. I mean, it just rips everything apart. Hurricanes are numbered as well, and those can do some serious damage. And I think, you know, people need to be prepared. People need to think about this kind of thing. And preppers out there are not loony or crazy. They're smart. They're really smart, you know. And for those of you who are not, you know, preppers, go talk to a prepper. They know what they're talking about. They have thought about what you need and what needs to be done. So anyway, I'm just kind of passionate about that, you know, and watching that movie kind of reminded me, like, holy cow, that could really happen. So yeah, again, like I said, if you would like to hear more about this kind of stuff, please comment below. Otherwise, like, share, and subscribe. And that's it for now. God bless.